Welcome to Maha Shivaratri 2026. Wherever you are, every one of you. A night for those who are willing. It's a night of transcendence, night full of possibilities. One who gives himself to this process. This is a special night. It's called Shivaratri. This particular one is Maha Shivaratri. In a year, 12, some years 13 Shivaratris come. That is one day before Amavasya. It is the darkest night. This particular Shivaratri, which comes in the month of Magha, well, in the north they call it Falguni, because different ways of keeping calendar. In southern India, we see Amavasya as the conclusion of a month. In the north, they see Paurnami as the concluding day of the month. Because of this, there is a little variation, but today is Maha Shivaratri everywhere. There is a natural upsurge, which every human being who has a vertical spine can make use of. Well, there are a whole lot of WhatsApp scientists and some spiritual hobos who say this is all rubbish. Let's look at it this way, there are some scientists sitting here, eminent ones. Well, on this day and every full moon day and new moon day, the whole ocean is rising. It's called the high tide. The pull is such, millions of tons of water is trying to rise. When such a force is being exerted, this body, which is over 70% water, and almost everything that happens in this body is because of the actions of the fluids within the system and secretions within the system. Your health, your well-being, your mental balance, your emotional experiences and profound experiences of life, all are subject to the secretions in your body or the chemical balances in your system. And all this is in the fluid form or liquid form. If the whole ocean is trying to rise, do you believe nothing within you will rise? It does. If you're sensitive to it and open to it, it's a great opportunity which will enhance one's sense of health, well-being, material well-being, and spiritual possibilities, and above all, a successful life. Successful life does not mean doing better than somebody else. Successful life means this life found full expression. That is a successful life. You don't have to be better than somebody else, but you are at your best every moment of your life. This is a successful life. Now, essentially it means, in our lives, if we do not do what we cannot do, no problem. But if we do not do what we can do, we are a disaster. The whole effort of this yoga, my effort and Adiyogi's millennium of effort is just this, that nobody should be the disaster, that they themselves are impediment. Their own mind, their own thought, their own emotions, their own bodies are in the way of their success. Well, if you step out into the world to do anything significant, there are 1,000 impediments. Some we will cross, some we may not. But if you yourself are an impediment, where is the solution? So the science of yoga and this Maha Shivaratri, and above all, the iconic image of Adi Yogi is essentially about this, that you are never the impediment in your life. The more things you do in this world, more impediments you will face. If you're not having any problems, obviously you're not doing anything significant in your life. If you're doing something significant, there will be 1,000 problems on a daily basis, because the world doesn't always make way for you. The world puts up many thresholds, it's for us to cross it, but the most important thing is you are not a block in your own life. This much one must ensure, that your own mind, thought, emotion and energies do not become an impediment. To facilitate this is the science of yoga. Here, this iconic image of Adi Yogi. You like him? And that's not enough words. Well, when we crafted his face, when I spent over 2.5 years to design his face, the three qualities that we wanted to enshrine in him was absolute stillness. Do you see that? Yes. And very effervescent sense of exuberance. Yes. And intoxication. Intoxication, not from a bottle or something else. The greatest chemical factory is here. This is the most sophisticated chemical factory. If you are a good CEO, you will produce the chemicals of blissfulness. If you are a lousy manager of things, you produce chemicals of anxiety, stress, nonsense, whatever else. 1,000 other things which you don't need. If you are generating what you do not want within yourself, I don't have very good language for that. Is it okay? If you are, in the world there are so many things that you don't like. But within yourself, if you are producing things that you don't like, something fundamentally wrong with you, isn't it? To fix this, Adi Yogi came, and many millennia ago, he gave 112 methods through which a human being can attain to their highest possibility. 112 ways, so that no human being is left out. It is because of that we made his image 112 feet tall as an acknowledgement. Adi Yogi is not of the past. Adi Yogi is of the future, because what he gave are not belief systems, philosophies or ideologies or teachings even. They are technologies for well-being. Never before in the history of humanity, in the last 15,000 years, since he came, there has been a generation which is as intellectually active as today, I believe, in terms of scale. So this is the time for him. He's waited for 15,000 years, where if he sits, people want to worship him, but nobody took up the technologies. Only a small fringe of people practiced. Others, they made calendars out of him and they thought everything will happen. No. Humanity has come to a place where their intellect is firing like never before, and for the first time, our trust in technology has become more than heaven. So this is the best time for him. This is not, he's not of the past. He belongs to future generations, because future generations are trusting only technology, not fairy tales that somebody tells you. So this is the time for him, and in many ways we want to see in the next coming decade or two, we want to see globally, across the world, we want to see technologies for well-being become the relevant force. Not looking up, looking in. In is the only way out. This is the message. This is a movement from religion to responsibility. Religion means, unfortunately, people believe responsibility is up there. That is not the nature of this civilization. Here, we've always been told creation was not made by you or me, it was here before we came. We bow down to the force which made that happen. But our lives, how we live, how we experience, what we make out of this is our karma. It's our responsibility. Our karma simply means it's our making. This is our making. How you are right now is your making. Doesn't matter how many forces either support you or beat you down. All these things happen to everybody. But what you make out of this life is entirely your karma. So this is the only civilization which has been telling you, you are the source of your life, you are the maker of your life. You didn't make the creation, but you have to make this life the way you want. If every one of us made ourselves the way we want ourselves to be, I think we're going to live in a glorious world and a glorious nation. All of us are working for a Bhavya Bharat, and it is my special privilege to introduce our Raksha Mantri, our beloved Rajnath Singh Ji. Probably among the most dynamic defense ministers that Bharat has seen, and unfortunately there have been situations which have been handled with absolute precision and success, and also it's our honor. Many people from the forces are here. There's a whole group, over 5,000 people from all the three forces, including the paramilitary. Where are they? Can you just stand up? Today we are also honoring 9 of our stellar Bharatiyas who have contributed or continuing to contribute to build a Bhavya Bharat. Bhavya Bharat Bhushan, and our beloved Defense Minister will honor them with a Bhavya Bharat medal. This will be a yearly feature that every year we will select certain people who are contributing to the making of this nation. This great nation has a whole history that is important. But what is more important is this civilization has solutions for the entire world. This civilization has solutions for humanity, because when we say Bharat, when we say Sanatana means eternal, Dharma means law. There are various kinds of laws. Of course, there are civil laws, there are criminal laws, there are a variety of laws. Similarly, there are dharmas or laws. If you are a grihastha, you have one kind of law. If you are a sannyasi, there is another kind of law. If you are a raja, one kind of law. If you are a praja, another kind of law. For everybody, there is a certain law or a certain code of conduct and operation. But there is something called as Sanatana, that means eternal law. That which governs all life, not just humans, every life on this planet. So what we refer to as Sanatana, which a lot of bad press has happened, but essentially this is something that is relevant to all life at all times, because what is Sanatan, what is eternal, is also all-inclusive. So in making this nation a phenomena for the future generations, we are not looking at how to make this Bharat into a superpower. We don't want to be a superpower, because superpower means domination, dominating everybody in the world. We don't want to dominate anyone. We want to be a transforming force. We want to create a world that is gentle, compassionate, and just, and above all, spiritually alive. Because we are seeing across the world, just materially being well is leading to madness, being materially well is leading to all kinds of distortions that we have not imagined possible. So it's very important, physical and spiritual well-being. The only civilization which has the necessary answers and necessary methods and technologies to offer to humanity is this civilization, which we call as Sanatan. Sanatana is not to be understood as just one narrow religion. No, it is eternal. That means it's naturally all-inclusive. So we would like to honor the Bhavya Bharat Bhushan, and I request our, before that, we would like to offer an Adiyogi shawl to our Defence Minister, who's done fantastic things for our defence forces. And also offer him a 1 foot tall Adiyogi.
Building a great nation is a collective effort of all citizens, but a few stand out for their commitment, vision, and profound impact. We begin the inaugural Bhavya Bharat Bhushan Award ceremony by requesting Sri Rajnath Singh and Sadhguru to please present the awards now. Dr. N. Rajan. As a shining chapter in Bharat's classical music history, her music has touched the hearts of millions of people, and her pioneering contributions, recognized with the Padma Vibhushan, have created a timeless legacy that continues to inspire listeners and disciples alike. Warm round of applause for Dr. Rajan. Shivaratri